Very good evening to all. Please confirm I'm audible. Please confirm in the chat box. I'm audible. Online. All of you, please confirm in the chat box. I'm audible. Okay. I'm starting the session. Listen. See. So topic name is constraints. Constraints in Oracle. So this is the topic. Okay. So now this is the workshop. Okay. We designed for 2 days. Okay. So we designed it for 2 days. So this is a workshop we are conducting for 2 days. So for this workshop, the topic is constraints in Oracle. So topic name is constraints in Oracle. So before going to start the session, let me introduce to myself. Please all of you confirm, are you getting my voice clearly? Please confirm, are you getting my voice clearly? Okay. Let me introduce to myself. I am Shiva Chaitanya, Oracle trainer. I have 20 years experience as a trainer. From last 3.5 years, I am working as Oracle and SQL Server trainer in Naresh IT. So this is the workshop we designed for 2 days. This workshop topic is constraints in Oracle. So this is purely designed for the freshers. For freshers, this topic is important for interview. So in your resume, you are putting Oracle means you must know this topic. If you didn't crack questions on constraints, then opponent person understands that you don't know Oracle. This is very important for interview. And most of you are requested to conduct workshop on constraints in the previous workshop. So that's why we planned it for workshop on constraints. And this session is running through online only. Okay, it is running through online mode only. There is no offline mode, only online mode. So that's why please make the session as interactive session. When I ask the questions, give the responses here. So with your responses only, I can understand you. So because the session is completely running through online, so with your responses only, I can understand you. So when I ask the questions, please give the responses here. So in this 2 days workshop, what I cover, understand here. So first we discuss about what is constraint. So what are the constraints provided by Oracle SQL? So constraints provided by Oracle SQL. These we discuss. So practically we discuss all constraints here. This constraint we can apply 2 levels, at column level and table level. How can we apply the constraints at column level? How can we apply the constraints at table level? And how to give constraint names? What is the importance of constraint names? and how to alter the constraints, altering constraints, altering constraints. So these things very clearly we discuss in this 2 days workshop. So what are the constraints provided by Oracle SQL? How can we apply column level, table level? How can we apply constraint names? Okay, how to alter the constraints? These things we discuss. Now you tell me generally, okay, what is constraint here? Constraint means, what is constraint? Okay, please alpha give the response in chat box. What is constraint? Yes. Okay, what is constraint generally? What is constraint here? Yes. Okay. Restriction. Okay, it restricts the user from entering invalid data. Yes. See, the general meaning of constraint is, constraint means restrict. This is general meaning. Constraint general meaning is restrict. Constraint general meaning is restrict. Or you can understand like controlling or limiting. This is a general meaning. So constraint general meaning is restricting. Constraint general meaning is restriction, restricting, limiting, controlling. Any meaning you can take here. Constraint general meaning is restricting or limiting or controlling. Okay. If anyone is getting audio problem, please rejoin into the session. Okay, Shiva, you can rejoin into the session. Okay. So constraint general meaning is restricting, controlling or limiting. This is a general meaning. So what it is restricting here, this constraint in our Oracle, this constraint restricts the user from entering invalid data. To restrict the user from entering invalid data, we are using this constraint. Suppose, for example, when college wants to maintain marks details here. When college wants to maintain marks details. College wants to maintain marks details like this. Marks of subject 1. Assume that university is conducting 100 marks paper. University is conducting maximum 100 marks paper. Assume that university is conducting maximum 100 marks paper. Student is giving blank answer sheet. Minimum how many marks he get? 0. Student is answering all answers perfectly. Maximum how many marks he get? 100. So marks value must be between 0 to 100. This marks value must be between 0 to 100. Is a rule. Okay, so marks must be between 0 to 100. This is the rule in the college. So this rule I want to apply on M1 now. This rule I want to apply on M1. So for this, we write like this: check, check. What we want to check? M1 column value. M1 column value must be between 0 and 100. If this check constraint is not there, what happens here? Understand now? This M1 column, when I create the table, I declare like this: number of 3. Because of maximum marks are 100, up to 100 I want to accept, up to 3 digits I want to accept. So I'm declaring this as number of 3. Okay, if I give marks as 678, it accepts now. If I give marks as 567, it accepts. This is biggest problem to the college now. If it is accepting this data, this is biggest problem to the college. College is conducting 100 marks paper, then how a student can get 678 marks, 567 marks? Biggest problem. Okay, so we have to restrict this problem now. We have to restrict the user from entering this invalid data. In this column, accept values between 0 to 100 only. If value is less than 0, don't accept. Value is more than 100, don't accept. So this rule I want to apply now on this column. So writing like this: check. Which column value we want to check? M1 column value. M1 column value must be between 0 and 100, like this. So this check is a constraint. Constraint means you can understand like it is a rule. It is a rule. Constraint is a rule. That rule applied on particular column. On M1 column, I'm applying one rule. Marks must be between 0 to 100. This rule I'm applying on M1 column. The rule which is applied on column, that is called what? Constraint. It restricts the user from entering invalid data. Constraint restricts the user from entering invalid data. So after setting this check constraint, if I give 67, does it accept this data? Please confirm in the chat box. If I give 67, does it accept this data? If I give 67, does it accept this data? Yes. Because it is falling between 0 and 100 or not? Yes. It accepts. Okay, suppose I'm giving 78. Does it accept this data? Yes. Because it is falling under 0 and 100 or not? Yes. Suppose if I give 123, it gives error. So like this, we can maintain quality data. We can maintain quality data, accurate data by using the concept constraint. Okay, so what is constraint? Constraint is a rule. Here is the rule. We are applying on M1 column. Marks must be between 0 to 100. This is the rule. This rule we are applying using check constraint. So what is constraint means? It is a rule. The rule we are applying on particular column. So what is the purpose of constraint? With this we can maintain quality data, accurate data, valid marks we can maintain. Okay, if 0 to 100, it is accepting. If value more than 100, error. If value less than 0, error. Value must be between 0 to 100 only, then only it accepts. Otherwise it will not accept. Like this we can maintain quality data and accurate data by using constraint. Is a purpose. So these points only I'm writing here. So what is constraint? Constraint means you can understand like it is a rule. Constraint is a rule. That rule is applied on particular column. Always we apply constraint on column. So every constraint is a rule. That rule we apply on particular column. So this constraint restricts the user. Constraint restricts the user from entering invalid data. It restricts the user from entering invalid data. Constraint restricts the user from entering invalid data. So using this constraint, we can maintain quality data. We can maintain quality data, accurate data. In DBMS terms, this maintaining quality data, accurate data is called data integrity. Maintaining accurate and quality data. Maintaining accurate and quality data. Maintaining accurate and quality data is called data integrity. So to maintain this data integrity feature, to implement data integrity feature, we use constraint. To implement data integrity feature, we use the concept constraint. So what is constraint means? It is a rule that is applied on particular column like this. Here, marks must be between 0 to 100. This is a rule. This rule we are applying on M1 column. So using check constraint, I am applying this rule on column. So here check is the constraint. So constraint is the rule that is applied on particular column. So with this, we are restricting the user from entering this invalid data. And we can maintain accurate and quality data by using this constraint. So like this, we can use the constraints. So this is the purpose. So this Oracle SQL provides mainly 6 constraints to us. Oracle SQL mainly provides 6 constraints. What are those 6 constraints? Observe here. First one is primary key. Second one is not null. Third one is UNIX. One is check. Fifth one is default. And last one is references. These references can be also called as foreign key. So these are the 6 constraints provided by Oracle SQL. So primary key, not null, UNIX, check, default, and references. These are the 6 constraints which are provided by Oracle SQL. So from the beginning of session, just I told 2 points only. What is constraint? Why constraint? What is constraint? It is a rule. That rule we are applying on particular column. Why we are using constraint? To restrict the user from entering invalid data. Marks must be 0 to 100 only. If value is more than 100, don't accept. If value is less than 0, don't accept. Like this. So to restrict the user from entering invalid data, we are using constraint concept. So constraint means it is a rule that is applied on column. Using constraint, we can restrict the user from entering invalid data. Oracle SQL mainly providing 6 constraints to us. Those 6 constraints are primary key, not null, UNIX, check, default, and references. Among these 6 constraints, first 3 constraints are talking about 2 points. What are those 2 points? Regarding duplicates and nulls. Regarding duplicates and nulls. First 3 constraints are talking 2 points only. Regarding duplicates and nulls. So among these 6 constraints, first 3 constraints, primary key, not null, UNIX, these 3 constraints are talking regarding 2 points, duplicates and nulls. Okay. Now, you tell me what is primary key? What is primary key? So please type in the short box. What is primary key? Yes. 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 That's it. Okay. So primary key does not accept it. The primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls. If you set a column as primary key, that column does not accept duplicates and that column does not accept nulls. It is not accepting nulls means is value mandatory or optional? It is not accepting nulls means is value mandatory or optional? It is not accepting nulls means is value mandatory or optional? Yes, value is mandatory here. Value is mandatory. In our daily life, so regularly we visit many websites, we fill many forms. Suppose we want to create one Gmail account. Suppose if you want to create one Gmail account, you are filling one form. In the form you are entering first name, last name, okay, so which mail ID you want to set, which password you want to set, like this you are entering. Finally, you are clicking on submit button. Okay, you are entering your first name, last name, okay, which mail ID you want to set, which password you want to set. Okay, like this, you are giving your information and you're clicking on submit. So for these options, it will show like this, star, star it will show, star it will show. Okay, for some text boxes, it will not show star. So what is the meaning of star here? Star means what? This value is mandatory. This value is required. This value is required. It is mandatory. So if you don't enter any value here, if you don't enter any value, and if you're clicking on submit button, it gives error now. This value mandatory, this value mandatory, this value mandatory. Like this, it will show first name mandatory, last name mandatory. Okay, mail ID mandatory, password mandatory. Like this, it will show. It is demanding for the value. Like that, when we want to demand for the value, and that value should not be duplicated, then go for this primary key. Primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls. So whenever our requirement is when value is compulsory, it is not accepting nulls means value is mandatory here. It is not accepting nulls means value is mandatory. When value is compulsory and it should not be duplicated, then go for this primary key. Okay. According to RDBMS concept introducer, this RDBMS concept introduced by EF Cod. According to him, every table must have primary key to identify every row uniquely. To identify every row uniquely, table must have primary key. RDBMS concept introduced by EF Cod. According to him, every table must have primary key to identify row uniquely. Okay, row ID concept is different, Shiva. Row ID concept is different. Okay, that row ID is that regarding memory. I'm talking about data here. Row ID is completely different. Row ID is regarding memory. Okay, I'm talking about data here. According to RDBMS concept introducer, according to EF Cod, every table must have primary key. That is a rule. Okay, so table must have primary key. Why? Why table must have primary key? to identify every row uniquely. So every row must be identified uniquely here. So that's why table must have primary key. That is the rule. Okay, suppose I'm creating one table like this. I'm creating one table employee ID, employee name, job, salary. Like this, I'm creating the table. Okay, now when I ask the questions, please give the responses here. Okay, so now please confirm, can we set salary as primary key here? Can we set salary as primary key? No. Why we cannot set salary as primary key? Yes, no. No, yes, all of you are right. Okay, why we cannot set salary as primary key? Because salary must be, yes, salary must be duplicated. If we set salary column as primary key here, if we set this salary column as primary key here, okay, for example, this first employee salary, yes, yes, for example, first employee salary 5,000. Suppose second employee salary is also 5,000. If I give 5,000 here, it will not accept because of we are setting primary key. With same salary, many employees may be there. So we cannot set salary as primary key here. In the same way, can we set job as primary key? Can we set job as primary key? No. With same job title, many employees may be there. This first employee working as clerk. This third employee also working as clerk. With same designation, many employees may be there. With same salary, many employees may be there. So we cannot set job as the primary key. Can we set employee name as the primary key here? Can we set employee name as the primary key? No. We cannot set employee ID as the employee name as the primary key. Virendra. We cannot set employee name as the primary key because with same name, many employees may be there. This employee name is Sai. The second employee name is also Sai. With same name, many employees may be there. So that's why to identify with name, we cannot identify employee uniquely. With job designation also, we cannot identify employee uniquely. With salary also, we cannot identify employee uniquely. That's why organization is assigning what? Employee ID. Employee ID is unique or not. To identify every employee uniquely, company is assigning this employee ID. Okay, just like in the colleges, college is assigning student ID to identify student uniquely because using name they cannot identify uniquely. Using course they cannot identify student uniquely. Using name they cannot identify student uniquely. So that's why college is assigning student ID. Okay, shopping malls are assigning customer ID. Banks are assigning customer ID. Okay, why they are assigning these IDs? To identify uniquely. So such kind of ID columns we set as the primary key. So here employee ID we are setting as a primary key here. So if we set employee ID as the primary key, now suppose I'm inserting record like this 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, Raju. Okay, he's working as manager, salary is 10,000. Like this, I'm inserting the records. So these records will be accepted. Okay. Now, next time inserting one more record. I don't know employee ID now. I don't know employee ID, but remaining details I know. This employee name I know. Kiran. He is working as clerk and his salary is 7,000. Remaining details, everything I know, but I don't know employee ID. Now, after setting employee ID as primary key, I'm inserting this record now. Does it accept this record now? Does it accept this last record? No. It will not accept. It gives error now. Because primary key means value is mandatory. It is demanding for value. This employee ID is mandatory here. It is demanding for the value. Without employee ID, it will not accept the record. So this is creating null. So this record not accepted because of it is creating null. Primary key does not accept nulls. It is not accepting. Next, suppose I'm inserting one more record here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, name is Ravan. Okay, he is working as salesman. He's working as salesman. Salary is 8,000. Like this, I'm giving the record. Now, does it accept this last record now? No. Why it is not accepting? Because primary key does not accept duplicates. 1, 2, 3, 4 already assigned to Sai. Can you assign this ID to another employee? Already 1, 2, 3, 4 assigned to Sai. How can you assign the same ID to another one? Same ID must be unique. So that's why if we give 1, 2, 3, 4 again, so it gives error here. So it is creating duplicate value. So primary key does not accept nulls and primary key does not accept duplicates. If we set a column as primary key, that column does not accept duplicates and does not accept nulls. So whenever our requirement is value is mandatory, employee ID is mandatory. Without employee ID, I don't want to accept the record. And that should not be duplicated. At that time, we can use this primary key. Now, let me show this one practically. Okay, understand now. Suppose I want to create one table. I want to create one table with an empty one with F1 column. This F1 column I want to set as a primary key. Just I want to test here. Does it accept null values or duplicate values? Just I want to test here. So that's why I want to create one table like this. So before going to create the table, observe the syntax to create the table. So how to create the table? Create table, give the table name. Create table, table name. In the parentheses, define the columns. How to define the columns? Column name, its data type. Column name, its data type. Okay, so generally we define like this. Column name, its data type. Column name, its data type. But I want to apply constraint. Constraint is a rule. That rule we apply on column. Constraint is the rule that we apply on column. So constraint is a rule that we apply on column. So right here, constraint, constraint, is the constraint name. Constraint is a keyword. Give constraint name, we are using that keyword. Constraint, constraint name. Then give the constraint type here. Constraint type, like this. Constraint type. Okay. So column name, data type, constraint, constraint name, constraint type. This is one column definition. Create table, table name. In the parenthesis, I want to define the column. So give the column name, its data type. If you want to define constraint, write constraint, constraint name, constraint type. This is called one column definition. So terminology is important. So this one I'm calling as column definition, or you can say field definition. Column definition. A column can be also called as field. Field definition. So further I may use this term. So column definition term I am using means please understand that column name, data type, constraint, constraint name, constraint type. If you want to define second column, again same column name, data type, constraint, constraint name, constraint type. Like this, we create the table. And you already know defining constraints optional and defining multiple columns also optional. This part is optional, remaining are mandatory. Okay. Now forget about these constraint names. Later I use constraint names. Now I want to create the table with the name T1. Table name is T1. Okay, with the column F1. I want to declare this as number type. Number of 4. And constraint type. Constraint type I'm giving as primary key. Primary key. I'm not giving any constraint name here. Later we discuss about constraint name. So as of now, I'm giving column name, data type, constraint type. Table name is T1. First column name F1. Data type number of 4. Constraint type I want to give as primary key. This table I want to create now. Now open SQL Plus. So I'm logging as some batch user here. I'm logging as some user. Next I'm setting page size and line size here. Just observe here. I'm creating the table now. Like this. Table name is T1. F1 column we want to set as the primary key. So create the table like this. Create table. Table name I am giving as T1. F1 column name, it's data type. Data type I'm giving as number of 4. And I'm applying constraint, primary key. Primary key. Bracket close, semicolon. Observe here. So what it is telling, see here? Table created. Okay, for F1 column, I am applying primary key. Now let me insert the records into this table. Insert into T1 values. Suppose I am giving value as 1. Please confirm, does it accept this record now? I'm giving 1 here. Does it accept this record? Does it accept this record? Okay. Yes, it accepts the record. Gautam. It accepts the record. It accepts the record. Okay. It can accept maximum 4 digits. It can accept maximum 4 digits means it can accept 1 digit or not. Yes, it accepts. It can accept maximum 4 digits means it can accept 1 digit also, 2 digits also, 3 digits also, 4 digits also. Maximum 4 digits. So valid range for this column is -4 nines to +4 nines. This is a valid range for this F1 column. So if I give 1, it accepts. So accepting this record. Okay. Now suppose again I am inserting 1. Now does it accept this record now? Does it accept this record now? No. Why it is not accepting here? Because of primary key. Primary key does not accept duplicates. Observe here, it's giving error. See, error it is giving. Observe. So it is telling that unique constraint violated. Unique constraint violated. So in this, the C # batch 2 PM is the schema name. Schema means user. Schema means user. This is schema name, or you can say username. Okay, please confirm what is this sys_c. What is this sys_c here? What is sys_c 008381? What is this one? Yes. Yes, constraint name. This is constraint name. Constraint name. Okay, this is constraint name. So as a developer, we must define, attention, listen carefully. As a developer, we must define one constraint name for every constraint. Okay, so I am defining constraint here. Okay, for F1 column, I am defining constraint primary key. So as a developer, we have to give constraint name. So to give constraint name, use the keyword constraint. Constraint with the constraint name. So pk underscore t1 like this. Like this, we have to give the name actually, but I didn't give any name here. If we don't give any name, implicitly Oracle defines a name. Oracle defined name will be like this: sys underscore c, 1 6-digit random number will be there like this. If any name is started with sys underscore c, please understand that is constraint name. That's constraint name. If any name is started with sys underscore c like this, so please understand that is constraint name. Name is compulsory to identify the constraint uniquely, because in the entire database, many tables are there. This first table, this is second table, this is third table, this fourth table, like this many tables are there. So according to RDBMS concept, the rule is that every table must have primary key. This table has one primary key. This table has a primary key. This table has a primary key. To identify this primary key, one name is required. To identify this primary key, one name is required. To identify this primary key, one name is required. So that's why as a developer, we have to define the name. If we don't define name, implicitly Oracle defines name like this. But name is compulsory for constraint. Actually, we have to define. If we don't define, Oracle is defining. This is Oracle defined constraint name. So Oracle defined this constraint name. This is Oracle defined constraint name. Oracle defined constraint name will be prefixed with sys underscore c. A 6-digit random number will be prefixed with sys underscore c. This is constraint name. So this primary key constraint is restricting us to insert duplicate value. If I try to insert duplicate value, it's giving error. Already one inserted there. In the T1 table, already one is there. If I try to insert one, error. If I try to insert one, error. Primary key does not accept duplicates. And I'm trying to insert null. To insert null, I'm using null keyword here. If you want to insert null, null means empty. Blank, no value. To insert null, I'm using null keyword. It's giving error. Observe. You cannot insert null, it is telling. You cannot insert null in the T1 table F1 column, it is telling. So it is demanding for the value. If I try to insert null, it is demanding for the value. You cannot insert null. Value is mandatory, it is telling. And when value is mandatory and it should not be duplicated, then go for this primary key. So if I try to insert duplicate value, error. Unique constraint violated. If I try to insert null, error. Cannot insert null. So with this, we can understand that primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls. So to identify every row uniquely, every table contains primary key. If you are creating employee table, set employee ID as the primary key. Suppose if you are creating customers table, set customer ID as the primary key. If you are creating student table, set student ID as the primary key like this. Okay, if you are creating orders table, set order ID as the primary key like this. Okay, if you are creating products table, set product ID as the primary key. So here this value is mandatory and that is unique. So when value is mandatory, that should not be duplicated, then go for this primary key. This is the purpose of primary key. And remember that the rule is that a table can have only one primary key. Is the rule. Okay, suppose I'm creating one table like this. Observe. Create table T2, F1 column. Okay, F1 column. I'm declaring as number type. I'm setting this as primary key. In F2 column also, I don't want to accept duplicates and nulls. In F2 column also, I don't want to accept duplicates and nulls. So I'm setting this as the primary key now. Now please confirm, does it create the table? Does it create the table now? No. What is the rule here? A table can have only one primary key. Here I am setting two primary keys here. If I set two primary keys, it is giving error. Observe. So Oracle is telling that a table can have only one primary key. So we cannot set two columns as the primary key. Remember this. A table can have only one primary key. So this is clear information regarding primary key. Please confirm, is it clear about primary key? Please all of you confirm in the chat box. Is it clear about primary key? Okay. Next. Second one. Second one is not null. Second one is not null. The name itself is giving the meaning. Not null. Not null. The name itself is giving the meaning. Not null means please confirm, does it accept nulls? Okay. Does it accept nulls? Does it accept nulls? No. No. It will not accept nulls. It is not accepting nulls means value mandatory or optional. It is not accepting null means value mandatory or optional. It is not accepting nulls means is value mandatory or optional? Yes, value is mandatory. Value is mandatory here. Value is mandatory. Okay. Now please confirm, does it accept duplicates? Does it accept duplicates? Okay, it does not accept nulls. Okay. It does not accept nulls. It does not accept nulls means value is mandatory. It is not accepting values and nulls means value is mandatory. Okay. Does it accept duplicates? Yes. If it is not accepting duplicates, you say this as a primary key. Primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls. But not null does not accept nulls, but accepts the duplicates. If it is not accepting duplicates, you say this as a primary key. So not null means does not accept nulls, but accepts the duplicates. So when value is mandatory, and it should not be, when value is mandatory and it should not be duplicated. Okay, then use when value is mandatory and it should not be duplicated, then use primary key. And when value is mandatory and it can be duplicated, when value is mandatory and it can be duplicated, then use this not null. So not null means it does not accept nulls, but it accepts duplicates. So when value is mandatory, not accepting nulls means value is mandatory here. When value is mandatory, okay, and it can be duplicated. Okay, then set that column as a not null. Okay, let me give an example for this. Suppose I want to create one employee table here, employee ID, employee name. Understand now? Without employee name, I don't want to accept the record. Without employee name, I don't want to accept the record. Employee name is mandatory. Without name, I don't want to accept the record here. Name is mandatory. And with same name, many employees may be there. First employee name Sai. This third employee name is also Sai. With same name, many employees may be there. Name must be duplicated. Okay, but without name, I don't want to accept the record. Name is mandatory. So I'm setting this employee name as a not null. Not null, I'm setting. So if I set employee name as not null, now I'm entering the records. Now I'm entering the records. Suppose I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, Sai. First record, it is accepting. Okay. I'm inserting another record, 1, 2, 3, 5. I don't know this employee name. I don't know this employee name. So I'm giving null. I'm giving null here. Does it accept this record now? Does it accept this last record? No, error. Because not null does not accept nulls. It is demanding for the value. Without employee name, it is not accepting the record. Okay, suppose I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 6. This employee name is also Sai. I'm giving duplicate value. Does it accept this record? Yes, accepts. Okay, not null accepts duplicates, but does not accept nulls. That's it. This is about not null. So when value is mandatory, employee name is mandatory. Without employee name, I don't want to accept record. And that should not, that can be duplicated here. Employee name is mandatory, and with same name, many employees may be there. So in such type of situations, go for not null. So this is about not null. Next, third one. Third one is unique. Unique. So unique means the name itself is giving the meaning. Does it accept duplicates? Does it accept duplicates? Unique means does it accept duplicates? No. The name itself is giving the meaning. Unique. Unique maintains unique values. Does it accept nulls? Okay. Does it accept nulls? Yes. Does it accept multiple nulls? Does it accept multiple nulls? Yes. Yes. It accepts multiple nulls also. Because null is not a value. You cannot say second null is duplicate value. You cannot say third null is duplicate value. Because null equals to null false. Null is not value. Null equals to null is false. Null not equals to null is also false. Null is not a value actually. Does it accept multiple nulls? Yes. So when, okay, it is accepting nulls now. Understand? Unique means, okay, it accepts nulls, but it does not accept duplicates. It does not accept duplicates. So it is accepting nulls means value is mandatory or optional. Please confirm. Is this value mandatory or optional here? It is accepting null here. It is accepting null means, is this value mandatory or optional? Okay, it is accepting nulls means value is optional here. Okay. Gautam, it is accepting nulls means value is optional here, not mandatory. Okay. So here value is optional, not mandatory. Value is not compulsory. It's accepting null means value is not compulsory. Means when value is optional, then go for unique. And unique does not accept duplicates. And when value is optional, and it must be unique. If value is entered, that must be unique. Then go for unique. Value is optional. If you're entering value, that value must be unique. So when value is optional and that must be unique, then go for this. Okay. For example, one shopping mall is maintaining customers' details like this: customer, customer ID, customer name. Okay. So they are correcting customers' mail ID. So some customers may give their mail ID, some customers may not give mail ID. Mail ID is personal. Some customers may not give. So here mail ID is optional here. So if customer is submitting mail ID must be unique. Every customer has their own unique mail ID. So if customer is submitting mail ID, so they want to maintain unique mail IDs here. If not submitting, they want to accept null. So in this table, we are setting mail ID column as unique. Suppose I'm inserting one record like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Person name is Raju. Okay, mail ID raju@gmail.com. It accepts this record. Okay, next one more record I'm inserting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. Kiran. This Kiran is also submitting raju@gmail.com. Suppose. Does it accept this record now? Does it accept this second record? No. It gives error now. Because UNIX does not accept duplicates. UNIX does not accept duplicates. It gives error. Because this mail ID already submitted by Raju. Then how another customer can submit this? Okay, it gives error. Suppose. Okay. This another customer name is Ravan. Okay, he's not submitting his mail ID. He's not submitting his mail ID. So this customer is not submitting his mail ID. So we are inserting null here. Null. Null. Does it accept this null here? Yes. Accepting null here. Accepts null. Okay. Does it accept multiple nulls, sir? Yes. It accepts multiple nulls also. There is another customer is there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7 customer. Okay. Customer name is Naresh. Okay. He is also not giving his mail ID. Okay. So it accepts this null also. Okay. Null. So unique means that that accepts nulls but does not accept duplicates. So the name itself is giving the meaning. UNIX maintains unique values. That's it. This is about UNIX. Now 3 constraints you know perfectly. All these 3 constraints are talking about 2 points only. Let me give summary on these 3 constraints. All these 3 constraints are talking about 2 points only regarding duplicates and nulls. Okay, what are those 3 constraints? First one is primary key. Okay, second one is not null. And third one is unique. Okay, when I ask the questions, give the response here. Now, you tell me, does primary key accept duplicates? Does primary key accept duplicates? No. Does primary key accept nulls? Does primary key accept nulls? No. No. Okay. Regarding not null, does not null accept duplicates? Does not null accept duplicates? Yes. But does it accept nulls? No. For UNIX, does it accept duplicates? No. UNIX does not accept duplicates. Okay. Does it accept nulls? Yes. So understand here. Not null means does not accept nulls. UNIX means does not accept duplicates. Primary key means does not accept duplicates and nulls. Understand this point? UNIX means does not accept duplicates. Not null means does not accept nulls. So you can say primary key is equals to UNIX plus not null. So UNIX behavior means does not accept duplicates. Not null behavior means does not accept nulls. Primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls. So primary key is the combination of UNIX and not null. Combination of UNIX and not null acts like primary key. Just have I told one point. Suppose I'm creating one table here. F1 column I'm declaring as number type. I'm setting as primary key. Just now we discussed this point. F2 column varchar 2 type. I'm setting this column also primary key. Okay. So does it create this table? Is it possible? No. A table can have only one primary key. But in second column also I don't want to accept duplicates and nulls. So if you don't want to accept duplicates, set this column as unique. If you don't want to accept nulls, set this column as not null. Because of this unique behavior, does not accept duplicates. Because of not null behavior, does not accept nulls. So indirectly, I am applying primary key. Why I am applying indirectly? Because directly I am unable to apply primary key now. So if I give like this, it is giving output as error here. A table can have only one primary key, it is telling. A table can have only one primary key. This error it is giving. If you want to check here. I'm copying this. Okay, it is giving error. A table can have only one primary key. So to solve this, we are setting this as unique, not null. Unique, not null. Like this. So this combination of unique and not null acts as the primary key. This combination of unique and not null acts as the primary key here. So why we are applying unique not null here? Because directly I am unable to apply primary key. I don't want to accept duplicates and nulls, but I am unable to apply primary key here. So indirectly I am applying primary key by using unique and not null. This unique not null combination acts as the primary key here. Check here. I'm copying this. Is it creating the table or not? Check here. Observe. See, table created. If I give second column as primary key, error. F1 column already I am applying primary key. F2 also I am setting as primary key. It is giving error as table can have only one primary key. Error. But in the second column also I don't want to accept duplicates and nulls. Directly I am unable to apply primary key. So I am using indirect way. I am applying unique, not null. Next here, insert into T2 values. One ABC I am giving. One ABC accepting this record. F2 is varchar 2 type. Okay, again I am trying to insert ABC now. ABC. I am trying to insert duplicate because of unique behavior. It is giving error. Observe. Unique constraint violated. It is not accepting duplicate value. Already ABC inserted. If I give ABC again, it is giving error. If I try to insert null, empty single quotes means null. Observe, empty single quotes means null. Or you can use null keyword also. I'm trying to insert null, error. Cannot insert null, it is selling. So because of unique behavior, not accepting duplicate. Because of not null behavior, not accepting null. So now this F2 column is not accepting duplicates and nulls. So directly I'm unable to apply primary key. So indirectly I'm using this. Directly if I apply error. So indirectly I'm applying primary key here. Combination of unique and not null access primary key. Please confirm, is this point clear? Okay. Now three constraints we know perfectly. Next, fourth constraint, check. We started our discussion with check example only. Marks must be between 0 to 100, like this. Listen carefully. These three are built-in behaviors. Okay, primary key. Okay, built-in behavior. Primary key does not accept duplicates and nulls. This is built-in behavior. Primary key does not accept nulls, does not accept duplicates. This built-in behavior. Not null means does not accept nulls. Unique means does not accept duplicates. These are built-in behaviors. These behaviors are already defined by Oracle developers. So these behaviors are already defined by Oracle developers. Primary key means always does not accept duplicates and nulls. Not null means always does not accept nulls. Unique means always does not accept duplicates. These are the built-in behaviors. But sometimes we need to apply our own condition. Which condition we want to apply? Okay, the developer don't know. Oracle developer don't know which condition we want to apply. So that's why he is providing one constraint to us to apply our own condition. So he is providing one constraint, check. And he is giving option that write your own condition after check. Like this, he is providing this check constraint to us to apply our own condition on column. Because which condition we want to apply, the developer does not know. So that's why he is providing this one. Primary key means built-in behavior. Primary key does not accept duplicates nulls. He defined this behavior. That's it. But for check constraint, he is providing this check option to us. Okay, he is providing this to apply our own condition on column. To apply our own condition on column, we are using this check constraint. So this check constraint is used to apply our own condition on column. Our own condition on column. If you want to apply our own condition on column, you can use this check constraint. Understand now? Okay, suppose. Okay, so this example only I'm taking. When college wants to maintain marks details, marks must be between. University is conducting maximum 100 marks paper. A student is getting blank answer sheet. Minimum marks he get as 0. A student is answering all answers perfectly. Maximum he get marks as 100. Marks value must be between 0 to 100. So these are the valid marks. But as of now, I declared this column as number of 3. So that's why it is accepting 3 digits. If this column is accepting this data, this is biggest problem to the university now. University is conducting 100 marks paper. Out of 100 marks, how a student can get 123? So to solve this problem on this column, apply check constraint. Check. Which column value you want to check? M1. M1 is a column name. If this column name is mass, here we write mass here. Mass. Mass value must be between 0 and 100. Marks must be between, mass marks must be between 0 and 100. So the column name only we are writing. If this column name is M1, Write M1 here. Is column name only. M1 value must be between 0 and 100. So if this condition is true, accept that record. If this condition is false, will not accept the record. Suppose I am entering 78. 78 falling between 0 and 100, it accepts. Suppose I am giving 123. 123 out of range, it's error. Like this. Like this, we can maintain accurate data, quality data by using the constraints. So 0 to 100 only it is accepting. If value is more than 100, error. Okay, if you give negative value here, then also error. Value must be between 0 to 100. Then only it accepts, otherwise error. Like this, we can apply our own condition on column. Let me give one more example. Suppose Abibus app is there. In Abibus app, you are reserving seat number. So they are maintaining seat number in one column, suppose. Assume that bus contains maximum. Assume that bus has maximum 30 seats. So minimum seat number is 1. Maximum seat number is 30. So seat number must be between 1 to 30. I declared this column as number of here. Suppose, okay, here it is storing data as like this 60 data. If this data is accepted, now this is the biggest problem to the Abibus now. The Abibus, this is the biggest problem now. So there are only 30 seats are there. Seat numbers from 1 to 30 only. If it is accepting 60 here, this is biggest problem to the Abibus now. This is biggest problem to that organization. So seat is not available, then where passenger will sit? 60 seat number is not available in the bus, where passenger will sit? Problem. So to solve such kind of problems, so apply check constraint now. Check which column value we want to check. Seat number column value. Seat number column value must be between minimum seat number 1, maximum seat number 30, like this. Like this, we can apply check constraint. See here, I'm creating the table here. Create table. So table name I am giving as T3. T3, table name is T3. F1 column, okay, I'm declaring as number of 2. Check constraint I'm applying. Check which column value we want to check. F1. F1 value must be between 1 to 30. 1 and 30. Seat number value must be between 1 and 30. Okay, bracket close, semicolon. Observe here, table created. I'm inserting the records. Insert into T3 values. If I give 25 here, accepting, observe. If I give 30 here, accepting, observe. If I give 31, error. See, check constraint violated. Okay, what is this sys underscore C? What is this sys underscore C here? Constraint name. Constraint name. Because of we didn't give any constraint name, Oracle defined this name. So this is our own condition we are applying on column. To apply our own condition, Oracle is providing this check constraint to us. Using check constraint, we can apply our own condition on column like this. So like this, we can use check constraint. Suppose we are creating Zender column. Zender value must be M or F. This is a valid data. Other than these values, if anyone is entering, I don't want to accept such kind of data. I want to raise the error. So apply check constraint now. Check. Which column value we want to check? Zender value. Gender value must be in M comma F, like this. Gender value must be M or F. If you enter M, it accepts. If you enter F, it accepts. If you enter other than MF, error. So if user entered value is in this list, accepts. If user entered value is in list, accepts. But Z, is it in the list? No. Error. Q, is it in the list? No. Error. Like this. Okay. Suppose we are creating mail ID column. Mail ID. Okay. So suppose if anyone is entering mail ID as Raju like this, it should give error. Mail ID means @ symbol should be there. Dot symbol should be there. Okay. If anyone is giving Raju like this, it should give error. So what we do now, on this mail ID column, we apply check constraint. Check which column value we want to check. Mail ID. Mail ID. Okay. Mail ID should be like with the pattern now. Okay. Suppose mail ID is raju@gmail.com, like this. Okay. Kiran @nareshit.com, like this. Okay. You take any mail ID, that mail ID contains @ okay, and dot will be there, like this. In front of @ any number of characters it can have. So to replace any number of characters, we are using percentage. Percentage that must have @. After @ any number of characters it can have. After that, dot should be there. After dot, any number of characters it can have. So what the pattern we are writing? Percentage, @ percentage, dot, percentage, like this. This is the pattern. Okay, percentage, @ percentage. If you are expecting only @ write like this. If you are expecting dot also, dot, percentage, like this. If text is matching with this pattern, then only it accepts. Suppose if I give Raju here, it gives error. Because Raju is not having @ it is expecting @ here. It is expecting @ Raju is not having @ Raju is not having dot. It is expecting @ and dot. Okay, like this we can maintain accurate data. So suppose if I give Raju @gmail.com, it is matching with this pattern, so it accepts. If I give Kiran @nareshit.com, it accepts. It's matching with the pattern. Okay, suppose if I give only Kiran here, error it gives. So like this, we can maintain accurate data, quality data using the constraints. So this pattern must be matched. That mail ID must have @ and one dot. Then only it accepts, otherwise error. So like this, we can use check constraint. This is about check. Okay. Is all of you confirm? Is it clear up to here? Constraints are over. Is it clear up to here? Okay. Next, default. Pay attention, listen carefully. So now we are discussing about default and references and the shadow. Now first see about default here. Default. So simple. This default is used to apply default value to column. It is used to apply default value. To apply default value to column. To apply default value to column, we use it. So when we apply default value, when for most of the records values same, okay, when value is same for most of the records, then it's better to set that as the default value. So when value is same for almost all records, then it's better to set that as the default value. Okay, it's better to set this as default value. It's better to set this as default value. When value is same for most of the records, then it's better to set that as the default value. Okay, understand now. For example, I'm creating one student table, student ID, student name, student fee details. Assume that all students are paying, almost all students are paying same fee. Almost all students are paying same fee. Okay, this student is paying 20,000. Okay, this student is also paying 20,000. Okay, for almost all records value same. So it's better to set this column as the default. Default 20,000. Like this. So if we apply this as the default value, we have no need to pass this value. Just we pass SID and SName. This value will be taken by default. Okay. Suppose I'm inserting this record 1004 student, D student. So due to some reasons, okay, that college is collecting only 10,000 amount from him. So 10,000 I'm giving. Does it accept this last record? Please confirm. Does it accept this last record? Does it accept this last record? Yes, it accepts. Accepts this record. It accepts this record. Okay, Gautam, it accepts this record. Okay, if you give 10,000, it accepts. The meaning of default is if we pass the value, it takes that value. If we don't pass the value, it takes default value. 1005E, I'm not passing the value, it takes default value. Okay, 1006F, I'm passing the value, it takes that value. So if we pass the value, it takes that value. If we don't pass the value, it takes default value. That is the meaning of default. Okay. So if we pass the value, it takes that value. If we don't pass the value, it takes default value. So that's why default is not restricting us. Default is not restricting us. So that's why according to Oracle, default is not a constraint. According to Oracle, only 5 constraints are there. According to Oracle, default is not constraint. Only 5 constraints are there. Primary key, not null, unique, check, references. According to Oracle, okay, only 5 constraints. Default is not a constraint. That's it. So when for most of the records value same, it's better to set that as the default value. Next, last one is references. References means it can be also called as foreign key. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, most of the interviewers ask this question, what is foreign key? Okay, understand this example now. For example, one computer institute is maintaining their course details in the course table like this. Okay, if any student is joining, the student details they are maintaining in the student table. So course details are course ID, course name. 10 is the course ID for Java. 20 is the course ID for C#. 30 is the course ID for Python. Like this data is there. 40 is the course ID for Oracle. Like this. Course details are there in the course table. If any student is joined, If any student is joined in the course, they are entering the details like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 student joined in 30th course. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 student joined in 30th course. 30th course means in which course he joined? 30th course means in which course he joined? Python. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5 student joined in 10th course. 10th course means in which course he joined? Java. But suppose I'm entering like this. 1, 2, 3, 6 student, C student joined in 90th course I'm giving. Is 90th course offered by company here? Offered by institute here? Observe. No. 90 course is not there. How a student can join in the 90th course? Mistake or not? We need to restrict the user from entering this invalid data or not? Yes, we have to restrict. So to restrict, set this course ID as the primary key and set this course ID as the foreign key. So in this foreign key, which tables data we want to accept? Course tables data. So course tables, which column data we want to accept? CID. Okay, so to establish foreign key, we use the keyword references. Which tables data we want to accept? Course tables, CID column data we want to accept. So if we set like this, okay, if we give 30, it accepts. If we give 10, it accepts. If we give 90, it gives error. Understand this point. Understand this. Okay, see. Here course ID I am setting as primary key. Here course ID I am setting as foreign key. Institute is offering 10, 20, 30, 40 courses. So these values only I want to accept in this column. So that one I am telling here. In this CID column, accept only course table CID values. Like this I am instructing. This CID refers to course tables CID values. So if I give 30 here, it accepts because 30 values available here. Okay, if I give 10 here, it accepts because 10 values available. These 4 are valid for this column. Suppose if I give this course ID as 90 here, now it gives error. Because for this column, what is the valid data? These 4 values only. These 4 values only it accepts. If I give other than those 4 values, error. So the point to understand here is foreign key accepts primary key values of another table. This is foreign key here. This foreign key is accepting this course tables primary key values only. Other than those values, it is not accepting. Foreign key accepts primary key values of another table. So this is about all 6 constraints. All 6 constraints, you don't know. Okay, I'm giving summary here. So what is primary key? Primary key does not accept nulls. Primary key does not accept duplicates. Okay, what is unique? Unique does not accept duplicates. What is not null? Not null does not accept nulls. Okay, what is check? Okay, to apply our own condition on column, Oracle is providing this check constraint to us. What is this default? According to Oracle, default is not constraint because it is not restricting. So to apply default value, column, we're using this default constraint. Okay, what is foreign key? Foreign key accepts primary key values of another table. So in this example, this course ID accepts only course table course ID values. Okay. No, primary key is different, foreign key is different. See, in one course, many students can join. Okay. Suppose 1237 student. The student also joined in 10th course. Many students can join in one course. So it must be duplicated. So foreign key accepts duplicates. The student also joined in 10th course. So primary key means what? That does not accept duplicate. But foreign key, it accepts the duplicates here. Primary key is different, foreign key is different. So these one table this foreign key accepts primary key values of another table. So for this course ID column, 10, 20, 30, 40 is valid data. If we enter other than 10, 20, 30, 40, error it gives. If I give 90, error. If I give 60, error. If I give 50, error. If I give 99, error. If I give 52, error. What is the valid data for this column? Only 10, 20, 30, 40. Only this data will be accepted. Other than that data will not be accepted. Foreign key accepts this course ID foreign key. It accepts this course table course ID primary key values only. Only these are the valid data for this column. Okay. Is all of you confirmed? Did you understand today's session? Please all of you confirm in the chat box. With your responses only I can understand you. Please all of you confirm in the chat box. Is it clear about all 6 constraints? Okay. 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 Now you know all these 6 constraints perfectly. I'm stopping the session here. Okay. Tomorrow we discussed these constraints only. Okay. How to apply this foreign key. Practically we have to see. Okay. How to apply default and foreign key. These examples I didn't cover. So these examples I cover. How to apply foreign key and how to apply default. Okay. So after that, how can we apply constraint at column level? How can we apply constraint at table level? Okay. At column level, which constraints can be applied? At table level, which constraints can be applied? This part we discuss in the next session, and how to apply constraint names, how to use constraint names. Okay. And how to alter the constraints to the existing table. How can you add primary key to the existing table? How can you add check constraint like this? Altering constraints to the existing table. How can we add the constraints? This part we discuss. So this is tomorrow's session. Tomorrow what we discuss means foreign key default practically we discuss. How to apply constraints at column level, table level. This part we discuss. Okay. Then how to apply constraint names and how to alter the constraints. This is tomorrow's session. Okay. Okay. Humera. One computer institute is maintaining their course details like this. 10 is the course ID for Java. 10 is the course ID for Java. 20 is course ID for C Sharp. 30 is course ID for Python. 40 is course ID for Oracle. So these courses are offered by institute. That's it. Institute is offering these courses only. Suppose student joined in 30th course. Means in which course he joined? Python. Suppose student joined in 90th course. If it is accepting this data, this is biggest problem to the institute now. 90 course is not offered. In which course that student joined, they get confused now. If 90 data accepted, if your foreign key is not there, now if you enter 90 here, it accepts. Okay, if you give 60 here, it accepts. Now they get confused now. 60 means which course, in which course student joined, 90 means in which course student joined. Confusions will occur. Biggest problem. So to solve this problem, so they are setting foreign key. This course ID they are setting as a foreign key. To set foreign key, we are using the keyword references. Which tables data we want to accept? Course table data. Course tables, which column data we want to accept? CID. So now this foreign key accepts course tables CID values only. If you enter 10, 20, 30, 40, it accepts. Other than 10, 20, 30, 40, error. If you give 90, error. If you give 60, error. 50, error. If I give 40, accepts. If I give 20, accepts. 10, accepts. 30, accepts. Other than 10, 20, 30, 40, error. That is the meaning of foreign key. Foreign key accepts. This foreign key accepts only primary key values of another table. That's it. Is it clear, Umera? Yes. Tomorrow also same meeting ID. Okay. Washil. Tomorrow also same meeting ID. Okay. I'm stopping the session here. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. See you tomorrow. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. Okay. Ashraf. Okay. In the PLSQL, you should have strong knowledge on procedures, functions, and what is trigger. If you have basic idea, that is enough. Okay. Tomorrow I will share the notes link. Tomorrow I will share the notes link. Okay. Or otherwise, okay, note this one bit.ly/bit.ly/ Oracle chance. Okay, previous link only. So here already in the previously I conducted Jan's workshop in this link. So in the same link I upload the notes bit.ly/ Oracle chance. Let me check this link once. bit.ly/ Oracle chance. Okay. Yes. So here I will provide bit.ly/ Oracle chance. Okay, in the chat box, I have sent the notes link. So here only I will provide the notes. bit.ly/ Oracle chance. Foreign key accepts primary key values of another table. bit.ly/ Oracle chance. This is the notes link. Any doubts? Type in the chat box. Otherwise, you can leave. Session is over. Okay, Sheikh Ashraf. Most of the students have less knowledge on Oracle. So if you have knowledge on Oracle, that will be plus for you in the interviews. Okay, so you must know every topic name, its purpose. Okay, then easily you can manage in the interview. So every topic name its purpose. Every topic name its purpose. Why procedures? Why functions? What are the differences between procedures and functions? Why JANs? Why subqueries? Like this. So every topic name. Okay, what is that one? Why that one? What is JAN? Why JAN? What is constraint? Why constraint? What is procedure? Why procedure? So like that, you can prepare for the interviews. Then easily you can manage the interview questions. Okay. Thanks to all. I'm leaving the session. See you tomorrow.